Hi, folks. So, I wanted to start this off by saying that where there is darkness, there is light, and where one door closes, another one opens. Okay, and I think also the last one would be to take each day as it comes, and because the thing is that none of us are really those of us that you're listening out there are really trying to adjust to the new normal, the new abnormal. Again, not like there was normal before in the first place. Okay, if people considered that normal, society, culture considered normal, right? And to be well adjusted to a sick society was the norm. Okay, so there's never been a normal, so to speak, and even more so now. There is no desire for folks like ourselves to be adjusted to it. And but we really feel the squeeze of it. There's no question about it. And also the anticipation, like what's going to be mandatory in the future. What further sort of draconian measures are going to be taken? What kind of new states of control and surveillances and rights being taken away and whatever it is, are we going to have to endure? And not only that, but how many more people are going to fall for the deceptions that are to come and that are currently give over their sovereignty, buying into fear, etc., etc., losing hope, losing sense of adventure, sense of, humor a lot of the time, and just spirit, I suppose, in a way. And so there's more to come with that. And so these things are difficult, Look, like I said, it for me, it was hard to endure before the whole CV story. And it's the same now. And but the plot has shifted and the plot has changed. So I'm saying quite a bit here. But, I'm just feeling like, how long can it go on for? Right? Just this reality, in a sense, this narrative, not just the CV narrative, but the culture, sort of the quick process from man into machine, the decay of morals and ethics and the destruction of nature, you name it, whatever it is, right? The depravity of things, you just about name it, like how long can it go on for? It's like, and how much now I feel more so do I not want to be a part of it, like one of the things with this whole CV story was that it gave me a space to not, like I mentioned before, not to be part of the not to, having to endure the rat race as much as it was, because people were locked up. There was no sort of Monday to Fridays or whatever weekends. It was all the same. It was just like, there was a shift in energy, for better and for worse, I'm saying. But for myself, it was like it was definitely interesting, and it's like, it was kind of a vacation almost from the rat race of the normalness of things, so-called, that have been going on for decades and, for a very long time, full steam ahead, and whatever it is. And so it was interesting for myself to have the streets quiet and to, with the limited nature of the lockdown here, you couldn't really even go out and, for some time, but you know what I'm saying? There was more of a stillness, there was more of a peace in a way in the suburbs that I live in, and so on and so forth. And there was just a change of people's focus from like that constant, like, rat race push mentality, sort of Black Friday type of stories, just every day is like a Black Friday, try to get everything done, and there's too much to do, and, everything is a bit chaotic, and, then we just get drunk and stupid, and I don't know, there's much to be said anyway. So, I'm just watching the clouds, move over. And so that's it, it's become, so anyway, so what am I saying? Is that, so it's been interesting, there's no question about it, but like, I think to myself, can I handle this and what's to come for the next 5 years? Is this my game? Is this my story? Is this your story? Because I don't accept the reality that I've been presented with. I don't buy the narrative. I'm saying, the whole materialistic, capitalistic, white picket fences, Truman Show reality. I just don't buy it. I don't buy the need for competition. I don't need to be better than my neighbors or my friends or something like that. I'm not focused on material gain, obviously. I would like to raise a family. I'd like to have a family. I'd like to have children, but I just don't think that's reasonable at this stage in the game. But I'm saying that's something very different. But like I'm saying, there's nothing in this world, I suppose, that capitalism, that the establishment offers that I have any interest in whatsoever. You know what I mean? There's no motivation here for me, even from a religious point of view, whatever it is. There's no game for me to be playing here. There's nothing in it for me, right? Just as much as there's nothing in it for you. I'm not talking about aiding and assisting others and kindness, compassion towards, whatever, expressing that we're doing on a spiritual level, on a conscious level. But in regards to, yes, we have to pay the bills, but we have no desire to die with the most toys. We have no desire to play this game whatsoever, right? And in fact, we haven't been playing it. And if we do play it to a certain degree, it's again just to put food on the table. I'm finding now for myself, right, how necessary and how much I'm needing to do in order to just remove my consciousness, if you will, or I don't know what it is, just my programming from this reality, like my ego-based programming and just my beliefs and whatever it is about myself, about what I'm doing here, what our purpose is, unplugging, folks. Unplugging, I think it's huge, and this unplugging, and so I'm doing and it's very hard. It's very hard because it's also unplugging from identity a lot of the time. It's like, I don't find myself playing the social character roles of brother or brother to brother or brother to son to father to a certain degree. I just see us all as spiritual souls and respect all life and honor all life and all is sacred, type of thing. Mosquito. Yeah, it's coming summertime here again, springtime, so the mosquitoes are out in full force. So, do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, even the way that I felt like I needed to conduct myself in culture and around people in social areas, like I just don't even feel, I would say, almost the pull. Not that I did feel the pull, but like just the wastefulness of it, just I'm just not interested in it. It's like, it's tiresome as well. It's become burdensome to do. I'm sure you folks are aware of that, you just want to be more than just superficial. Anyway, you want to speak, you want to interact with people more than just through the mask, metaphorically speaking, the both masks we wear now, and whatever it is. You want to engage on a deeper, richer kind of, connection and share a deeper kind of, energy and reality and whatever it is. Anyway, so, yeah. So like unplugging, and there's so much more to this unplugging, that I can't necessarily think of right now, but you know what I'm saying. So I find that we're definitely needing to be unplugging, and also obviously trying to not find out what is the so-called new normal and what is the new abnormal. It's always been abnormal. Like, the character role that we play, because people are choosing the characters that they're playing in here. And that's for something else, for the next round, for now when this reality starts it's taking more of a hold, and and whatever else is to come, and just, again, the focused external energy that people are focused on world events right now, more so than ever before in history, and like they've forgotten their own lives in a way, and it's just go, go, go. It's just like, always being consumed externally, always being stressed emotionally. Their lotus of control or influence. I don't know if that's the word for it, lotus or locus, maybe. I'm saying emotionally engaged, like they plugged in. It's getting darker here. Now the light's switched off. I might just go inside then. And so, like they're busy, they're involved, they're hypnotized, they're in a trance and whatever it is. And It's just hard to bear. And so for ourselves, we are awakening from the trance. We are not falling for it. We are not going for it. And what's even more to come, right? We're just not believing in just the limitations. I'll probably do another video on this about crop circles. So, I used to be fascinated in crop circles many years ago. And then I thought to myself, hold on, what's going on now? I haven't heard anything about crop circles in years. Probably a hell of a long time. So I thought, let me have a look out. And I had a look at crop circles, and it was like, it's unbelievable what's been going on with crop circles. The designs, the types, the geometries, the sacred geometries that involved, the messages, and not that I can even read it or understand it, but the advancedness of the beauty of the current crop circles, because it's known that they get more and more sophisticated and more complex, further along we go. Like, isn't that interesting? Like, in the beginning, it started off as 3 circles interlinking, and now it's like, it's so complex, it's so beautiful. There's just something about crop circles that is just feels so, I don't know, right. I'm saying, not just the idea of it, but the shape of it, the design of it, the intricacy of it, the combination. There's just something there, folks. That is just it's got a mandala type of effect to it, or something or other. It's really, yeah. So I'm very fond of crop circles, and here in this cult, like I was watching videos on it, and it's just so, the way that they downplay it, the media. I'll see if I can play this video. This is for another talk, but like they have these kids videos, like things that you didn't know. It's a kids channel, and it's cartoons, and they got a guy wearing a tinfoil hat. Let me see if I stand here. There's a guy wearing a tinfoil hat, like, whatever it is, and he's asking, well, what are crop circles or something like that? And they play all this stupid, eerie music, whatever it is, like, just childish, really childish and insulting kind of stuff. And ooh, he's coming around the corner. Does he believe that it's alien? Whatever it is. And he's got the tinfoil hat. And it's like, oh, but don't worry. We've discovered how this mystery has come about. A guy named Doug and Dave, right, back in 1996 or something like that, confessed to creating these crop circles, and that then other people copied them or something like that. And this is people's answers. This is their answer. Or they say, no, scientifically, it's a weird wind phenomenon that creates the crop circles. They come out with the most pathetic, downplayed, like boring sort of, and completely. The fact that anybody could buy that is just so ridiculous. So what am I saying? What else was there? And now the news. The only thing that the news says about crop circles is that if you're caught damaging, for people that are creating the crop circles, you'll face prison time and you'll be fined or something like that. That's all they say about it. They don't question it. That's their tactic of how they deal with it. That's how they bring down, again, that's how they just minimize things, how they kill the mystery, right? How they kill the mystery. They take away the beauty, the elegance, the charm, the curiosity that one has for a crop circle, right? The imagination. What does it mean? What's the symbolism of it? And what do? They just trash it. Like with some stupid Doug and Dave in 1996, guys with like boards, they're stepping. It's like, folks, have a look at these latest crop circles that are going on. There was actually once with the CV virus, the so-called virus, it's very profound, but no one's talking about it. Barely anyone's talking about crop circles. Let me use the neighbor's light here. No one's talking about crop circles. So it's just really amazing, I think. Let's see if this light's going to work. This bloody neighbor's light, I don't know how they feel that, that it's okay just to shine your bright light. They're not home now, but to shine your bright light into other people's premises and whatever it is, and so on and so forth. Anyways, getting carried away here. Sorry. So, like I'm saying, that's the things that living in this world, right? Living in this dimension where everything is just so humdrum, so boring, just so like, I mean, very little mystery involved, little bit, no adventure, I would say. Just we're just waiting and waiting and seeing what's happening and whatever it is. And like, again, the biggest excitement is like a new TV series or the vaccine that's potentially coming out or that the CV numbers have dropped or whatever it is. It's like, this is what, I don't know, a new beer. New beer is out, people, or a new vodka, or a new gin is out, or a new car, or your team won the football, or and it's just like, another wedding, another birthday, another divorce, whatever it is, and it's just, I'm saying it's just so humdrum. Anyway, we know that. And so the thing is that it's just becoming more sort of surface level, fear-based, low vibrational energies. And so for myself, I think like, how can I handle another 5 years of this shit? How can it be? What's it going to look like? Is this what I'm in for? Is this what you are in for, folks, as well? Is this what we're in for? Is this just the be all and end all? I'm saying, like obviously there's other things that we are learning. I mean, like I'm saying, it gets weird, it gets like wild for me, folks. More and more so, I feel like I'm just dreaming a lot of the time. Not that I'm dreaming, but like this world is so fluid, and it's such a dream. And I'm also feeling at the same time like that synchronicities, I wouldn't even say synchronicities, but like the lady that I live with, like I really needed a break from her today. We just need our space apart, and I'll talk more about her as well in previous videos to come. But like, we spend most of our time together, and so like today I was just feeling like I just needed my space. And then she went out to lunch with a friend, and she phoned me like half an hour ago, and she says, listen, I'm thinking of maybe sleeping out. And I'm like, yes. I have the place to myself. I can sort of just let my hair down. Not that I can't let my hair down, but I just have my own space. Here we go again. Animals are funny, eh? Well, birds, species, and what is a bird? Mammal? No. But they, monkeys, they're peculiar. So are we as human beings. Anyway, so what was I saying as the lighting gets worse? So like that's it, one door opens, another one closes. Like, so I can see that, oh geez, these birds, man. I can see that that the more further along we go, the more magic is happening, simultaneously. The more synchronicities are happening, the more, and not just synchronicities, but like you realize one door closes, another one opens, or like something sort of started becoming a bit tight over here, something else started letting loose a bit over there, something or other. It's like there's a give and take, it seems, that, there isn't just, it just gets worse and there is no alternative, there is no opposite or something like that, or whatever it is. There does seem to be that if it tightens up somewhere else, it loosens up somewhere. I don't know if I'm making sense, but like, there's, if something is taken, then something is given. There's a sense of fair play here that I really feel, that I really feel that, and that's what we are in. And it's more apparent to me than it has ever been before, because I can see it. It's like, just certain things work more in my favor in a way, while others, it's not a beautiful sound at all, is it? And they're just flying around looking for a tree. That's the funny thing about animals, or nature, not animals, but they're looking around for a tree to land on, and they're making a noise while flying, and and then finding out where all the other ones are, so they don't. Anyways, very sidetracked on this one, whatever it is. And so that's what I'm saying, is that I do feel that. That is what's going on, and I feel that like the more that the tougher this reality gets, right? The more that the supernatural will occur, the more of the magic will happen, in a way. The more that the doors that will be closed for us, like I'm saying on the material plane, more of the spiritual and conscious doors will open, and more of a meeting of that which is to come, folks. Because again, geez, what's it going to look like in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time from now, type of situation. I don't think that this is our story. I've said this before, which sounds so bizarre, but I don't feel that this is, we've been prepared for something, folks. We've evolved. we've gone through so much, not just in us, but the whole of history, the whole of the planet. There's a birthing process going on, and we're part of that birthing process. There's no question about it. Again, I lose track of this daily, but we are part of this birthing process, and so we're not sitting around for 10, 11 more months in the womb, folks. It just doesn't play that way, right? And so again, maybe the more that the food stops, if we're in the womb and the food's not being delivered, and because we're full term, and the more we're getting, feel like we're being tightened and being constricted and whatever it is, the closer we are being pushed out, the more so we're being pushed out into the next dimension. I feel that, folks. I feel that we're just doing our time here. And one of it right now is losing a lot of our bloody identity. A lot of the imprinting, a lot of the way that we've been plugged in, to the matrix, to the system, to the beast. Some people call it the beast, and they're not far off from that, from materialism. We're definitely becoming more spiritual, more conscious, right? More moving into the heart space and the head space, or whatever it is. We look back at who we were a year ago, 2 years ago, a few months ago. We're evolving, we're changing, we're growing. It's exponential in that way. And so that's what I'm saying, is that, like, I don't know. I get heavy-hearted about, like, well, it's just another day, in the Truman Show, and then I forget about the magic. I forget about the mystery, right? I forget about the potential that lies ahead and how different it will be to what it is. And that's what I feel like, when I've left sort of houses, or moved, and you pack your last bag, you close your last box or something like that, and you say goodbye to the house. It's like that party's over. It's over. It's like you're never going back there. Like when you left school to a certain degree, or university, it was over. These chapters are over. And what I'm saying is that there will be the final closing, not just of the chapter, but the whole book, on this reality, on this dimension, so to speak. I just feel it in that way, that it will be completely, unrelatable when we move on from this, in the birthing process, once it's happened or whatever it is, and we are through on the other side. If I make it through on the other side, and whatever it is, I mean, who knows? Who knows what our destiny is about? But like when we're on the other side, we'll look back and be like, I can't even relate to how it being a human being in the third dimension, dealing with all of that crap, dealing with all of that duality, dealing with all of that, whatever it is, the limitations, the loneliness, the exploitation, the perversions, the immoralities, the disconnectedness, the Satanism, whatever it is, the darkness. It's like I can't, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you've gotten out of a narcissistic relationship, or a very bad job that you were in, or a house you lived in with terrible flatmates or something like that, and you finally got out, and you'd be like, I could never go back there again. I've outgrown it. I can't even imagine myself. If I had to go back there, it would be pure hell in a way. And I think we'll get there. We'll get to that stage where we look back, and this world would just be like a faint memory. And it will just have served the purpose for our own soul growth. And that, majority of it we just leave behind, right? We leave time behind. I think, the weekday work week, whatever it is, we lose the mask behind, right? We lose the superficial, we lose money, we leave that behind, right? We leave, so much behind that just doesn't serve the soul anymore, right? Which in the next dimension is not necessary. It doesn't have to be as dual as this one is. It doesn't have to be so materialistic as this one. And yes, certain opportunities that we have for soul growth will fade away, right? Whatever it is, and for consciousness, and for, it will. But, and that will be the loss, because we are here, and we are doing great work, and we are, growing exponentially, like I said, and I think that, who knows how the mystery works? Who knows how much more opportunity there is? It doesn't have to be as harsh as it is. It doesn't have to be as sort of dire as it is. And it's necessary, the dire. It's necessary, because where there is dark, there is light. So I'm saying it is necessary, right? But almost to a degree now we're tired, and we've grown out of it. And we don't need to be challenged anymore, like whether I'm going to become, be a drinking, buddy, or with my pals, or I want to trying to be the next sort of superstar or rock star or something like that. I want to get rich before, or die trying, something like that. It's like, are we outgrown it? None of it we subscribe to anymore. None of it we subscribe to. And we just completely unplugged. So it's become like, again, something, that we've just outgrown, and we've learned the most from it. We've taken the most from it. We've capitalized the most from it, right? And it will be a distant past memory, I feel, like a dream. It almost didn't even happen, like it would be hard to reflect. But I think we'll remember the stories, and we'll share them with each other, and express to each other what we went through in our own individual ways, and how hopeless sometimes and dire it looked, and like there was, we're pinned up against the wall, painted into a corner, no hope in sight, no rescue coming, no nothing, but we had a faint idea, that of the possibilities that lied ahead. But it was so risky, and it was so invested, and it was like, and we'll talk about that, because that's how it is, now. That's how it is, folks. All right, so we'll share the stories, we share the experiences, but it will be, we are on the greatest journey of our lives. There's no question about it, folks. There is absolutely no question about it. So, just want to end off again. Where there's darkness, there is light. Where one door closes, another one opens, and take each day as it comes. All right, folks, be well and take care.